Rumors?
Bob Saget. That's what I wrote.
Hey, we're not calling it Bob Saget. Alright, I'm just...
No. We already have a
so
name for this episode.
it's called Pink Cookies.
Episode what? 4?
Episode 4. Night of the Living Dead, like a motherfucker. Nah. This time you got... I want to say we're a full odd pod, but I count another member as an odd pod member.
Yeah, we're not complete yet. We still need to assemble one or two more members.
So it's not really the Avengers yet, but we got 3 members today.
The Trinity. We started off with the Trinity. You know what I'm saying?
But we have the return of one member though.
For sure, and we're glad he's doing better and shit, and that's what's up. I do have a topic real quick. I wanted to talk about this last time, but I wanted to wait for you. Okay, what do you consider? Do you remember as a youngster, right, when we were 15, whatever, people talk about the G spot on a woman?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your opinion on that, or what do you know about that?
Well, I mean,
I'm just curious.
Are you asking? Do I think the G spot exists?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think the G spot exists. I think on most women there is maybe that one spot that you hit.
On or in?
I think it's more on. You know what I'm saying?
So are you referring to the clitoris?
I am, sir. I am referring.
Okay, but that's not what they're referring to when they call it the G spot. Now, I do believe the clitoris probably has the most
nerve endings.
Most nerve endings, right? Okay. What about you, Roma? What do you think about the G spot? Were you ever told that by your older brothers, or?
You know, we had a running gag in high school with that. We'd be in the locker room talking about, I hit my girl's G spot the other day, some shit like that.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I've heard of it. I feel like I've hit it a few times.
You feel like you've hit it?
Yeah. But it's, I guess to me, it's in different spots.
Okay, interesting. Alright, so this is what I looked up. So, this is from Wikipedia. The existence of the G spot has not been proven, nor has the source of female ejaculation, which I believe that's the clitoris. From my extensive study of adult films. And personal experience as well. Although the G spot has been studied since the 1940s, it's been studied, and I went into it. They still study the G. They spend money on these studies, bro. Like a lot of stuff, like thousands of dollars studying the G spot. Nigga, it's probably some dude with the micro penis. These scientists, and they're like, how the fuck do we make these girls come?
I feel you.
So, you mind reading? I don't know if you can read my handwriting right here. Sorry, man.
Although the G-spot has been studied since the 1940s, disagreement persists over its existence as a distinct structure, definition, and location. Okay, so I mean, I guess that means that they have no clue where the fuck it is or what.
Exactly. Okay, but the picture that they showed is like somewhere inside because they compare it to the male prostate gland. They call it the female prostate gland, right?
That's in your butthole.
That's in the butthole.
Yeah.
All right. So the guy who created the name for the G spot is he's a German gynecologist, possibly a Nazi, I don't know. His name was Ernst Grafenberg.
Yeah, is that why it's called the G spot?
The Grafenberg spot.
Grafenberg spot.
And he did not say, I guess. And so like I was talking to my sister, and this is a weird conversation to have with my sister, but she's like, yeah, that shit don't exist. And I was like, damn, I forgot where I was going with that, bro. I was just trying to reason the fact that I was talking about it with my sister, but it wasn't in a weird, we're adults and we talk about,
of course,
psychology and everything, religion. But I just thought it was interesting because I was like, man, I haven't heard about that in a long time, the G spot, but I do feel like that's the clitoris. But it's weird that the prostate gland is a G spot, yet Christians are like, nah, we're not supposed to be gay. Which I'm not gay, but I have I have nothing against that whatsoever.
You think if a girl hit your butthole, you would just erupt with pleasure?
I have no idea, bro, and I'm not really willing to try it. But I understand why someone would if they couldn't get no. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the logic behind it. I don't know if they're born like it or if they can become it or if there's different situations like that.
Sounds like one of those things where only he who dares shall find out.
Will you be that much of a heathen, Chris?
It's a rabbit hole I'm not willing to travel down myself personally.
Let someone else travel down your rabbit hole.
I'm good. I'm good for now. Maybe one day when I'm like 80 years old before I die.
You're gonna try it at least once.
I'll fucking die because of it. Like that'd be the reason I fucking die.
Like, I mean, right, there it is. Oh.
I mean, that would be the best way to
You show up to heaven, just like I was like,
you were just close.
You were about to get in, bro. But just that last thing,
you fucking sodomized yourself, man.
We don't allow that up here, brother. It's like, reincarnation for you. Yeah, I feel.
And according to some, I'd be a chick. Come back.
Yeah, well, she's just either way. Reincarnation for you. You gotta redo this life again, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it very interesting, and that a German scientist, because the Germans, I mean, they're not Nazis, but it was around the 1940s and shit since he started doing the studies. And when was World War II? When were the Nazis, like, scientists doing their shit?
I would say they were hardcore into it, probably like in the mid-1930s.
Okay, so about the 40s.
By the 40s, that's when they were starting to try to develop more like conquer the world type shit, because everybody was, after them at that point. Remember, World War II started in 1939 and ended in 1945.
You want me to ask that?
Oh no, I was just brainstorming here. We'll
All right, so I got that out there, and I just found it maybe somebody has their own stories about the G-spot or whatever. They can comment.
Your boy don't kiss and tell.
Yeah, I mean, in my person, I've done it anal with a chick before. Man, this doesn't even want to come out, bro. It's like giving birth. All right, boom. What's that?
What is that?
I think I just heard like an angelic choir.
How much you think that is? Without looking, we're guessing the weight of a
10 and a half. Oh man, I was off by 3.
Very close, very close. It's on B now. Did y'all have anything y'all wanted to bring up today?
Romo has his notes, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Romo. Go ahead, Romo. Nah, come on, Romo. Don't be shy.
You don't
Step up to
bust
the plate, sir.
It's for. Nah, one thing I wanted to talk about today was
switching completely from
He's like, look. He's like, I've only got a few things as he pulls out like 6 pages.
Nah, that's something else. I'm studying it right now. I need to finish that. Nah, it's just looking at the advancement of technology the last decade. Just seeing how it's developed over the last 10 years.
Wait,
especially in America.
Look this up. What iPhone was out in 2010? And just tell me that. Because right now we're on the iPhone 11. Whatever, right? So let's see.
2010 iPhone. What was it? It was the iPhone 4.
Really?
Let's see.
I had one of those, a 4S.
I've never owned.
Yeah, June 7th, it was the iPhone, so I would assume it was the iPhone 4. I had the iPhone 4S.
Hey, let's talk about that. I read a topic today. Someone was having a conversation online, right? And, like always, you have to be a little nosy because they were talking about iPhone and Android. And apparently, this person was like, "Yeah, I tried iPhone, but I didn't like it." And so then their friend is like, "Yeah, iPhone is for people who think they're fancy." And it's like you're over here saying that iPhone people are judgy, yet you're being super judgy as an Android user.
Bro, that's just another way they try to separate. Just like yesterday, it's just like being political parties, bro. Just like
I wanted to hop in there and say like, well, you know what? It sounds to me like Android users are haters too. You know what I'm saying?
According to them, it's just like religions. Like there's good Android users and there's bad Android users and good iPhone users.
It's like Romo has always had Android. He almost switched over to iPhone this one time, but he didn't. I've always been. I went from BlackBerry to iPhone, so man, you know what I'm saying.
BlackBerry, wow.
Yeah,
that's old school.
You know what?
When did BlackBerry started going out of business?
When the iPhone started blowing up, because no one cared about. Basically, the thing about BlackBerry that was cool is that you had that keyboard. You had that QWERTY keyboard right in your hand. But basically, once touchscreens became the shit, no one cared about having the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? They just wanted to be able to touch on their screens.
I miss the keyboard.
See,
and they had like 2 or 3 HTCs, and they had like the keyboard that buzzed out, kind of like a sidekick but smaller.
My boy had this sidekick too. My boy had that shit, bro. That shit was fire.
They say the Razor's coming back.
But it's touchscreen, so it doesn't really. It doesn't really matter.
And then there was that phone that came out, but they had like all the glitches that it was like all touchscreen, but you could fold it. But it was fucking up. It wasn't ready.
Okay. Yeah, that technology is still. It's like how I like my opinion on VR. Like it's out, but I don't think VR, virtual reality, will be ready to this is the shit until like maybe 7-8 years from now. You gotta let it develop. That bendable technology for your phone where you can bend the screen and it won't break. Right. It's brand new. It just got debuted, bro. It's gonna take maybe a good 5 to 10 years before they perfect it for mass consumption where they know it won't fuck up on you, Mm-hmm. But, you got 1 billion people who buy these shits. There's 1 billion people who gonna figure out how to break it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how they want it too. Because the more that you break it, the more you gotta repurchase some. And that's why I feel like that's why a lot of phones are really break now. Because for a while, there was a lot of people a lot of companies using Gorilla Glass. And that shit was. Man, speaking of, man, I had some Gorilla Glue yesterday. I felt like Velcro to my seat.
Yeah.
You were there in spirit.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, even with the iPhone, I mean, just seeing it from the iPhone 4 now to what it is to the iPhone 11, and just seeing the Androids that came out at that time.
So basically, back then, when iPhone 4 came out, I feel like people were legit like, what can we do with this technology? It's so awesome. But with iPhone 11, what is the thing that they talk about that it has? Those 3 fucking cameras.
Yeah.
Now, see, before everybody was like, yeah, this is awesome. Now these phones are really just used to like, to shoot stuff, you know, like film stuff and record stuff, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, back then it was like, yeah, you know, the apps and this and that, but now everyone's found out that the apps can take your information, can fuck up your phone, can get up on, so people don't fuck with the apps anymore. You think if we would have went back in time and tried to tell people the way it was gonna happen, you think that anybody would believe us, or they just lock us up? Because technology, everybody want to be a part of. You know, hey, we all got caught up in it too. Like when you saw everybody walk around with a touchscreen phone, you were like, damn, I wish I could get one of them hoes.
You gotta look at it right now. It's like back in the day, nobody would ever think that there would be a machine right now that would lock your doors and lock everything in your house with just a touch of your phone. And then you can unlock your phone with the same thing, or you can unlock your house with the same app on your phone. So basically, they're taking away the key. To me, it's like real dangerous because there's already been a lot of hackings. Period. Like you can hack anything. You can look up on YouTube, and you can see how things can just get easily hacked.
Yeah, man.
And people teach you how to do it too.
Yeah, there's one channel and I sent this to some people I know that have this smart home technology. Like, there's ways to hack it with just a laser, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty crazy.
What?
Yeah, with a laser. If you know how, and if you know what you're doing, then hey, bro, you know you pew pew. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
And then along with taking away your rights to your weapons too, it's just like, damn, man, they're trying to make you be left vulnerable in your own home. People can break in, and then you ain't got nothing to defend yourself with.
Yeah, that take a while though before they get us there.
What about your local police enforcement?
For real. What about them, Romo? Nah. So, what about them? Slow sometimes.
Shit, you think they give a fuck? They don't want to be over there either. Right now, with the publicity that's against the police right now, it's a big ass division with them too.
Oh yeah, I was watching this one show with like police in Detroit. And it was pretty interesting, man. You feel for them because I honestly don't think they get paid enough, and I think that's what leads to like this pent up aggression that ends up lashing out, and it's like PTSD, and it's a mess, man. It's a mess.
Yeah, it's hard to be a good cop when you see how all these other cops who are like doing not a good job of being, you know, fair policemen, how they're making all the cops look bad. And then and when all cops look bad, most of the public just hates you no matter what. No matter if you're trying, you know, even if you have a guy that is trying to be a good cop and be fair and not just shoot without, you know, but unfairly, people will still say, well, fuck you just because you're a cop. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, think about it as a cop. Yeah, I understand why it's hard to give a fuck. You know, if you're gonna be one of those cops that tries to do everything by the book, people are gonna, you know, just still say you're a piece of shit. You know, you're like, man, what the fuck? I'm trying to be good and do things right. You know, meanwhile, the people I know in the department who are bad, they somehow, you know, still manage to maintain.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. I mean, I know one guy that I used to train with. We were trained together, but this was before we became a part of the Dallas Police Department. And and he's a cool dude. You know, he has a wife. He has 2 kids. He married his high school sweetheart. You know, he's just, you know, a regular dude. And he's a police officer. And from what I understand, from what I can see from him personally and everything, is that just because of the stigma that they have on the Dallas now. He's a good dude, but because he's a police officer, he's going to get a bad reputation now. And that's what sucks.
Man, Dallas has been on the map for a lot of shit when it comes to our police lately. Because first, like it was a few years ago when they blew up that guy.
They blew up a guy
with a robot. They used a robot to blow. You don't remember?
Oh yeah, I remember that. There was that Dallas shooting.
It was during the Black Lives Matter protest or something, or
I mean, we go anywhere.
It wasn't because of. Alright, yeah.
Let's just say what the story was. Let's not be like, let's say what really happened.
Right. We're not.
Well, the official story was that he was a protester for Black Lives Matter.
He is ex-military,
like
right?
He was ex-military. I guess he had it that he made up in his mind that the police were just against him and that all black people should rebel in some way. He was very...
Hey, he shot up the parade. Start shit.
Yeah. No, he didn't shoot up a parade. He went up to downtown and shot
a cop.
Yeah.
It
was over there by El Centro, I think.
Definitely by El Centro. So at some point...
Like King of New York, man, rolled up on him like, hey, what's up, bitch?
Used military tactics against these officers, too.
That's not the first time they blew somebody up, because wasn't there another dude, like, in the Northeast or something that was, like, ex-military, like, African-American dude, and he was, like, trying to get away, and they shot up the house and shit. I don't want to trail off. But, okay, so they cornered him in Dallas, this dude, and they blew him up with a robot. These are robots blew him up. And then you got, that lady... I forgot her name already. The one who went to trial for
that lady who killed homeboy.
Botham Jean.
Both of them. Yeah. There you go. Both of them something. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Who was in his own house,
chilling.
Maybe smoking a little bit of bud, not bothering nobody.
And then we come to find out during the trial that they just happen to have a sexual history together.
And the most I knew that from the beginning. From the very beginning, bro. I mean, I didn't know, but I kind of knew.
It was over some lusting.
Yeah, and jealousy, probably.
Yeah, man.
Jealousy will lead to...
Maybe homeboy had some more on the side, and she just couldn't take it. She was like, well, I'm a cop, I'm going to shoot your ass.
Or he was just trying to cut her off because she was crazy.
And she's like, I'm a cop, I'm going to shoot your ass.
Y'all ever seen that?
And I'll get by because look who I am and look at you. My bad.
Yeah. Now, have you ever seen that channel that they have now that came back, I think, came out in like 2007? It was Investigation Discovery.
No.
Man,
channel?
Yeah, it's a channel. I used to watch it when I was a kid, bro.
It had like a little magnifying glass?
Yeah.
I think about this.
But it had endless amount of stories of like deadly women and shit like this, where this is an exact episode of what they
still have that on it's Lifetime. They have Snapped and all these shows on there.
Yeah.
They're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, women like that stuff.
They get their revenge.
Not all women, obviously.
But I like this shit.
You like it too. Man, a lot of people like it. Yeah, a lot of people. I don't. I think this is, but everybody
influential.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like when that's all they watch. I'm like, man, break it up, watch something else.
Hey, it's like how in Hispanic culture, I be telling my mom and my aunts, like, don't let them little girls watch them novelas, man. The novelas make them act that way. You know what I'm saying? That's why they get all dramatic. I be like, that's why y'all like that. You know what I'm saying?
They don't want to hear that though, bro.
No, they don't want to hear it. Straight up, it's straight up, bro. It's straight up.
Because and I understand it. I was that one time when I was a teenager. I wanted to be a rapper. Yeah. So I wanted to look like a rapper. I had a fake ass chain that was like silver plated with like fake diamonds.
Town East Mall?
From Town East Mall probably. And I used to it was cool, whatever, but I felt like a tool almost now that I look back.
You were faking the funk, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I fit in where I got in where I fit in.
Yeah.
At the same time, because those were the people who accepted me. So I was like, all right, fucking, it's a cool style, man. It look cooler than some of the weird shit that the other people at school were wearing. You know what I mean? So I try to put my own little flavor to it.
I feel you.
Yeah, but I understand why people don't want to see. It's hard to see when we copy shit that we see. I don't know.
But we see it now with the youth, how they dress, you know what I'm saying? Like think about it, like
that's the monster media.
Like what's hot in most popular music is haircuts, and you see these good, like everybody's throwing now, they're throwing a certain way, they're bringing
mushroom heads, they're like toes.
Yeah. You know what? If someone in our school back in the day had rocked that, bro, they would get made fun of out of school that day.
Bro, they'd be roasted.
Yeah, they would not want to go to lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, they eat lunch in the restroom.
But now it's a whole. That's how they all look. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, the way we talked about it when we came up during the tall tees era. You know what I'm saying? So we were still really baggy. We were still sagging hardcore.
I had a few tall tees.
You know, these youngsters, they wear everything fitted. You know what I'm saying? Everything's got to be fit you right. You know, these shirts are tight.
And that's kind of like the 80s.
The designs are loud as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I got no hate against it, but see, that's not us. You know what I'm saying? If we try to rock that, we would look like y'all just y'all are faking the funk. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to look young and shit.
Yeah, midlife crisis over there, yo.
Right. You remember when everybody's wearing like the Ed Hardy and stuff? You think there's still people that rock that shit?
Hell, older dudes, midlife crisis dudes, but we wearing those pants with the crosses and shit all over them. Those tight ass polos that have like skulls everywhere. You wearing like 10 chains on their wrist. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, bro, don't go through metal detector.
Did y'all ever have Jinkos? Did you ever have Jinkos? I know you're my age.
Bro, I had Fat Farms. Remember those Fat
Farms? Oh, yeah. What, the shoes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro. I had fat laces and shit, and I was changing for the outfits and shit.
And you know what? I was one of those dudes that didn't know when to stop wearing them, so I did get punked out one day. One day somebody looked at my shoes and said, damn, bro, you're so lame. You still wear Fat Farms. Bro, I wanted to walk out of school that day.
You didn't want to go to
I went home and...
You're talking about yourself, right?
Yeah, I went home and traded them hoes in, man. Yeah, hey, I said it because I know how it feels, man. I used to be a pretty big lame back in high school.
You know, I didn't give a fuck at a point because I think... I want to say I was in high school when I was getting those Stephenberries. Starberries from Stephen Berries. They're like just cheap shoes that look like Nikes. They're like $20 and shit.
Okay.
From Stefan
Marbury. Stefan Marbury. Yeah, he was the first dude that really made them affordable like that. Yeah.
And I just needed a white pair and a black pair, bro, just to go with the fit.
I remember when everybody was sport N1s.
Yeah, because of the tapes. Yeah, the hot sauce and all that.
When I put this dude on him, he was like, whoa, you know, like these youngsters right now, they should bring that back.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody still does that.
They do, but it's not like it was back then because it was more hunger. These dudes were the originals, you know what I'm saying? They had a passion for it. Nowadays, everybody just wants to look at me, you know what I'm saying? Look at me. You know what I'm saying? They're really more about the look than they are about the talent. You know what I'm saying?
They showed me that highlight. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah, that stuff was fun to watch.
Shout out to the N1 mixtape.
We had a cool childhood, man, because of that.
Oh yeah.
And many other things, and you know, everybody has a. I hope everybody has a cool childhood for different reasons.
Yeah, like for example, when your son talks about his childhood in 10 years, he's gonna have way different experiences than us. You know what I'm saying? You know, my boy here, he's got his 3 nephews. You know, this boy, how's it, Josh?
He's 8.
He's 8. Yeah, Josh is 8 years old. You know, imagine him. You know what I'm saying? He's in about 10 years, he'll barely be in his prime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta step out, fam.
Yeah, I'll be right.
All right. So what, Romo? You got anything else in that fat notebook of questions you want to talk about? Anything in the universe you want to discuss?
It's like, I mean, no, that's not really anything. This is more of like we want to go down a history lesson.
Well, spit something out. What you want to talk about?
I mean, what were we talking about last? Oh, yesterday we were sitting here talking about the how America, basically when Iran's threatening America right now with whatever they have.
Yeah.
And it's how everybody's getting worried. I talked about how yesterday how Japan did the same thing, where they attacked us, and there were a lot of generals that they shouldn't have, because what happened was they unleashed hell. And then I explained how it's not that we didn't first originally declare war against Germany. A lot of people get that misconception.
Oh man, you get on political, historical. I mean, switch this up, bro. Switch this up.
Ah man. That's what we talked about yesterday. Other than conspiracies, I think that maybe Pearl Harbor wasn't as conspiracy.
Give me something else. Come on, man. Give me something deep. Give me something we can actually chew into.
Oh, let's see.
How many episodes do you think this podcast will go to? Right now we're in January. By March, how many episodes do you think this podcast will go to?
We'll see. I would say 15 by that time. 15
by March? Alright, we'll see.
Hopefully we'll see.
Romo says that he thinks we'll have 15 episodes by March. We are on August. Oh, my bad. We're in January 5th. My bad.
We'll see what happens. We should see what happens. How do you think this generation of kids are going to handle, I guess, how the world is now?
and we'll be able to handle it better than we do.
Well, we have to be good to them and guide them, bro, because the reason why our generation went so crazy when there was a war was because we didn't have any. The older generation kind of didn't really help out. They were like, yeah, now it's y'all's turn, or like, yeah, look at y'all. You know what I mean? I feel like what we have to do is, because this generation, I feel like they know a lot, but they're also kind of a little bit more sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Because they. Just cause, you know what I'm saying? That's not a bad thing, but I think we at the old generation should help them deal emotionally with how they're gonna go through these fears of like, is there gonna be a war? Are we gonna go to war? What would it cause? We have to, let them know that, what, that's kind of in this country how sometimes stuff goes. Hey man, they declare war on places and sometimes shit happens, sometimes shit doesn't happen, you know what I mean? But for the most part, thank God, nothing has happened here in the United States. So what I would tell the youngsters, is like just keep yourself informed, but don't jump to conclusions so quick. You know what I'm saying? Don't let CNN or Fox or any of these blogs or Facebook or Twitter get you all hyped up believing that it's panic time. You know what I'm saying? It's usually how this is how the news cycle works. You know what I'm saying? They want to get you all hyped up and panicked, so you keep on watching. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like a drama show. You almost kind of predict it.
Yeah.
In a way.
And that's the sad thing, bro, because I was there. I saw when the news went from legit being about news and informing the people to sort of just being all about a drama. Like, it happened pretty much. It was pretty much during, you saw the beginning of it when we saw the People versus O.J. Simpson. That was when the media discovered that, wow, the people really love scandal. You know what I'm saying? And dude, to this day, the O.J. chase, the O.J. trial has some of the highest ratings in history. Shit cannot be beat. And then what happened next? You had the Clinton trial. That was a trial. It was the whole impeachment thing, and he had the whole scandal about whether did he or didn't he respond to Lewinsky. That got huge views. And then you go on to the thing that really, really blew it up. I mean, blew it up. No pun intended. September 11th. When that went on and the war that happened, bro, these news networks realized, yeah, man, we give them all the drama just this, like I said, the soap opera, instead of giving them the real news and really trying to inform the people, instead they're just trying to scare you and hype you up now. I saw the change and it kind of, it's kind of sad. And now it's all the soap opera. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
So you're saying that 9/11 could have been a stage drama portrayed by the media?
You know what I'm saying? That's probably for another podcast, for another time. You know what I mean?
Hey, chill out, Alex Jones.
The more we haven't assembled the conspiracy side of the podcast yet. Don't worry, that'll come.
Yeah, that's we have to build to it.
That's to come.
I'm pretty happy because I've had like a couple positive responses to our podcast.
That's great.
That's what's up.
So that's pretty dope, man.
Thank you for whoever listens for listening.
For sure.
We'll remember y'all.
We appreciate not just talking to this couch that we sit on and the walls
And each other.
Oh, you like talking to me?
It's all right.
So you saying the only time you want to talk to me is when it's being recorded?
Nah, because most of the time we'll be arguing with each other back and forth about some shit.
More like I'm proving you wrong.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Damn. Is that what happened in here when I was out? Were you proving them wrong?
No. I'm trying to lube him into the conversation. Like, hey, bring up topics. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, talk me something up.
I feel you. I know. Sometimes I feel like Conan or something. You know what I mean? 'Cause like yesterday, I started asking him about MMA, like about his, and I'm not actually interested, but I feel like it's pretty cool to interview. Yeah. Because and also I felt like the way I left music was similar to the way he stopped doing MMA training.
Did you stop doing music because of your kid?
Yeah, kind of. To be a dad, to be there more. I feel like if I would have took a certain turn, I could have went on the road and shit. And I probably could have did both, man. But I was also in a relationship at the time.
Yeah.
And I was young.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
We talked about that too, being too young for success and shit. You know what I mean? Like not being prepared.
Yeah, like imagine now all these little YouTube stars, so many under 18 that are making millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
can you imagine like the suicide rate might go up because of that?
Oh man.
Oh shit.
I don't want to discuss all that, but I mean, maybe.
Fire extinguisher, bro.
You think money and fame, is it enough for these people? You think you become empty eventually?
I mean, I don't know. You would hope that people, but it's hard for people, bro, to I don't know, to be able to handle that kind of power, especially at a certain age, and then if you don't have anybody with experiences to tutor you.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Be careful what you wish for, because sometimes you get what you want. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to be famous. You wanted people to listen to you, but now you feel obligated to be this image you don't evolve, you don't change, you don't grow because you know that people only want to listen to this version of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You become a prisoner of your own fame. Is it cult of personality? Is what they call it, or something like that?
Yeah.
You know, it's like you might see someone all like these, someone all happy and rich when they would see these big YouTube stars, right? But what I see is, for the most part, someone in this prison that they built for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You can't be yourself. You can only be what they tell you to be. You know what I'm saying?
Similar to Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's like the new Hollywood, what it is.
Yeah.
YouTube land.
Yeah.
Internet world, I guess.
It's kind of creepy because there's a lot of child stars. I feel real weird about that section of fame. When it comes to child stars, I get creeped out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Shout out JonBenet Ramsey.
Wait, who was that? Remind me.
Romo, look her up. Here, look.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna be my
Young Jamie, Young Romo. Look nice. Dang, I was gonna say something too about that.
Well, your grandma's busy right now.
Yeah, Romo also has other responsibilities. I guess I could have been Googling. Good Googly Moogly. That's a juicy. Yo, I got pizza if y'all want some. As you can see.
I saw that. Thank you.
Let me bust a little freestyle right quick. Nah, just kidding.
Go ahead, read that.
Okay, the death. Oh shit, I forgot about this.
Look at this. What's going on?
Oh my bad, that's Instagram. It's like almost like a sudden.
What are we looking at?
Like accidental. Who's that? Gina Valentina.
Who?
She's one of my favorites, bro.
Let me see.
Who is it?
Just on Instagram
What
model.
the fuck? I don't see.
I'm a lame. Every follow some Instagram model sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do better, man. It's 2020. Trying to evolve.
So tell the people who jumping in.
Oh yeah, my bad. Okay. JonBenet Patricia Ramsey was an American child beauty queen who was killed. Hey, where's the microphone at? Where's it located at?
It's right there.
Right.
Like right here.
Oh, okay. Was killed at the age of 6 in her family's home in Boulder, Colorado. A lengthy handwritten ransom note was found in the house. Her father, John, found the girl's body in the basement of their house about 8 hours after she had been reported missing. Cause of death: asphyxia by strangulation, craniocerebral trauma. 6 years old.
Here in the head.
She was a star, right? Beauty queen pageant. Child, man, that shit is fucked up. Oh, now I remember what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
What I was gonna say was, that distracted me again. Instagram is such a distraction. That's a whole nother topic, bro. Okay, yes, I would get angry because a lot on, I guess it was A&E or TLC. They would have all these, and I won't name names, but some of my friends, like their wives, would be watching like it's child pageants, but they would make them wear like bikinis and I mean that's fine. But it was just really weird.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
All right, it's not. But I don't want people to say that it's because of me. I mean, what it is fucked up. And then they put makeup, they put wigs, they train them out like in stilettos and shit.
As a not creepy dude, I don't want to see any female under 20 in a bikini. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
You know, if
and millions of people watch that shit. And those kids have to go through that shit, bro. And those kids,
it's like the comment section in those YouTube kids channels. You know what I'm saying? That there'd be some pedos up in there.
But I don't understand how women who wouldn't put their children through that. You know what I mean? Or maybe they would.
This is the same reason why do they take their children to Hollywood and let them and know they know what's gonna happen to them. You know what I'm saying? We can name a lot of female child stars that we knew from our generation from the Disney Channel whose moms just pretty much threw them to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. All they wanted was they wanted their daughters to be famous and they wanted rich and fame for themselves. In fact, right now, there is the trio of these daughters, you know, who are the victims of that. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, who?
The Kardashians.
Oh, yeah.
You know, their mom just said, fuck, you know, this is a mom that just pretty much allowed her daughter to make a porn and just didn't care about that. Yeah, this is how y'all came up. Y'all came up on seeing my daughter, you know, get smashed on when she was like a teenager. You know what I'm saying?
The world, I think, is so fucked up in certain aspects and certain cracks and creaks and crannies of the world, like the dark spots, the dark corners of like Hollywood and shit. I think the mom like wanted her to do that shit, wanted her to do the video to help promote, because that shit blew up Paris Hilton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I remember the cloud leak where all those celebrities.
Yeah,
I remember very vividly. But I mean, you know, it's just like I feel like it's.
I got a virus looking up one.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, bro. I'm sorry to hear that. It's like
with my computers, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay. Things at the library and shit.
But yeah, it's like Hollywood is very seedy, bro.
Yeah, it's super seedy, man, and not in a good way. Because I think about seeds and I think about like.
And it's not just acting; it's every form of entertainment. You know, from acting to music. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty sad. You know how like these people would seem to sacrifice their children just for some money and some fame for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, go ahead and get drugged and raped and
like Lindsay Lohan and Drew Barrymore, they used to do drugs with their moms and shit. Like they would take them to the clubs and shit.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, bro. Yeah, and you don't think that the men there would say, "Oh, I'm gonna take this little girl over here." You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty sad to think about stuff like that. You know. Because these children are the ones that, like I said, they think this is the way to behave and that life is like this, so they fall into it. You know what I'm saying? And they grow up become damaged adults who are hooked on drugs or alcohol. You know what I mean?
And those aren't the people who become the executives. No, the executives of Hollywood, the CEOs of these music record labels, their children are never gonna do that shit.
True.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna keep them safe out of the public eye. You know what I mean? Make sure they're set up for life. Them and that's like that's fucked up for them. I don't think I said that. Oh, okay, for sure. Now I'm gonna just accidentally say it. It's just in my head. Just kidding. What you looking up over there, Romo?
Well, since y'all are sitting there talking about these bad child stars, I looked up, you know, these dark stories that they have on them. It's pretty fucking sad.
Hey, what's that documentary I told you to watch on that other on video? Was it? Remember that?
It was it Vivo or was it Vivio or something?
VEVO.
Oh, what's it called? It's called An Open Secret, right?
Yeah, The Open Secret.
Look it up and find out. Look it up so you can tell the people. You know what I'm saying? Because YouTube. This documentary has been uploaded to YouTube many times, but YouTube always takes it down.
Word.
I wonder why. Maybe the people want to go check this documentary out.
I'll give what the first Google search gives me on it. It is an American documentary film that exposes the child sexual abuse in the film industry in California. The film features interviews with victimized performers who were targeted when they were young boys, as well as industry figures, the predators themselves, and journalists.
Tell people where they can go watch it.
They can watch this. You can find this. Let's see. On Vimeo, it has a full documentary. You don't have to pay anything. All you have to do is just go on there and watch it. It's an hour and a half long.
Yeah, Vimeo is VIMEO.com. Yeah, and then when you get on there, you can just search An Open Secret.
If you Google search it, it should be probably the first choice, first link you can go watch it.
Yeah, you can just Google An Open Secret.
Well, my bad. YouTube is probably run by Hollywood.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
of course they want to take.
We're fucking listening to it.
Because look at your all the commercials. YouTube commercials. What are they? It's all big corporations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now they got 2 commercials every time.
Sometimes it's 3.
Yeah, you try to skip them. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Like I told Romo the other day, I was like, man, sometimes I really do want to want to pay for that X-ray. Like, nah, don't do it. You know, pay for that no
My
commercial.
sister has the YouTube Music. She likes it.
Is it worth the money?
She says it is.
But, so I can listen to like any YouTube channel with no commercials, or just YouTube Music?
I don't know the.
Yeah, see,
details.
I want those. I want the regular videos. You know, I don't know about YouTube.
No commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that YouTube doesn't advertise on videos.
Well,
Who knows?
I wouldn't agree with it.
Right. They might do little advertising at the bottom of the screen.
I mean, it might make us some money, but
Oh, advertising for us?
yeah.
it's like we're like, yeah, we're gonna turn down these big sponsors. Fuck all that. And then one day we walk in here to the studio and like I got my new outfit on, I got a chain on. Like, yeah, guys, fuck all that big.
We got like an
shit.
official studio.
Yeah.
We got.
I'm like, this is it. I'm over here shouting out like big brands in the background. Like, hey man.
Right. Shout out to Red Bull.
I think I'll stick with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
local. We probably
So I
not.
don't really drink. Man, what'd you say, Roman?
I'll probably stick with the local people we probably know.
That'd be cool to be able to dictate and help out. But I mean, right now it's pretty small.
Yeah.
Right now we're
Maybe
sponsored by ourselves.
Sponsored
Yeah.
by the Lord, like you said one time. I think I was on the first one. Skittles.
Sponsored by the Lord.
The great goodness of the Lord.
Grace.
Speaking of, it's Sunday, which isn't really for many. It's the Sabbath.
I thought that was Saturday. Cause this isn't
Well, Saturday is what for most or for many.
Yeah.
For some people, it's Saturday. For some people,
Are we talking about in another country, or are we talking about?
We're
in
talking about
America?
religion. Some are.
Oh, okay. We're talking about.
Yeah, different religions have different days of Sabbath, different days where they
of
do
rest,
prayer.
of worship.
Yeah, there you go.
About to say normally Sundays around this time is more of playoff time.
Yeah,
That's
a
true.
lot of hey man, look,
I mean-
a lot of American religion revolves around football, just like in Europe, a lot of people, sports fans, religion revolves around soccer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm one to tell you, bro. I know how big the fan base for soccer is over there in Europe. And,
Oh shit.
like, if you think the football fans over here are insane, no, bro.
Well, just the rest of South America and Mexico.
Yeah, we're like the only country like that doesn't have soccer. That's like our main sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We have American football
Yeah, we just sent dudes to go slam into each other over a ball.
and tackle.
Savages, bro.
Yeah.
We're like
Yeah.
cavemen and shit.
Yeah.
Slapping each other on the ass and shit, bro. I never got that.
Yeah, I
That's
don't.
just savagery.
Yeah, I mean, dude, hey, maybe they were hitting their G spots. Yeah, that's why they liked it so much.
Right. Yeah, they're right there getting roughed up and shit.
They'd want to score touchdowns. Like, oh, I can't wait to get. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, you know that's weird. Like those, like people with a lot of power. A lot of times, like those rich white men with a lot of power, they like getting pegged by
Oh
women
man,
and
I
shit.
was afraid it was going somewhere weird like that.
My bad.
I thought we
So
I mean, we are limit restricted thanks to Romo.
So what about pegging? What?
Nah, my
What
bad.
are you
I
talking
didn't mean to bring no homo. I didn't mean to bring it back up to the show. I'm just saying, like those people, because of the fact that they have so much power in their regular lives, in their sexual lives, they don't want power.
They have to get dominated.
They have to get
They have to
dominated
get tied up.
That's
and
weird as
shit,
fuck.
beat up.
Yeah.
Talk shit to me.
because they talk shit to people that they work
Alright,
with.
calm nerve, Rossetti. Goddamn.
Who the fuck is that?
Boardwalk Empire. Jim Rossetti.
We still gotta finish that.
Yeah,
show,
his
man.
mom took over that show, bro.
Oh, yeah?
His
bro.
mom is the one that, man, I think she's almost. She said she's on season 4.
I think y'all should still watch. And where do we get to? What season do we get
We're
to?
on season
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
We're like midway through season 3.
Out of what, 6?
No, 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
Yeah, bro. My bad. Yeah, dude. Al Capone. Yeah, that's for you. You know, Al Capone. The dude who played Al Capone
Does it again in
in
Irishman.
Boardwalk does not play Al Capone in Irishman, but he plays
Did he play it the same way?
mafia dude. Yeah.
Did he have the same little accent? Like the same little.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But I mean, y'all should watch it, bro. Y'all should watch. Cause I was watching something that's showing like the.
Yeah, but it's just like you said, to have 4 hours of time
yeah.
to set aside. Cause see, if I watch a movie, I don't want to do all that positive shit. You know, I want to
Yeah.
watch it all the way through. You know what I'm saying? I want to get the whole message in that one sitting.
It's like we had to split up watching Lord of the Rings when I
Yeah.
first watched it.
Yeah, but 4 hours, man, that's a lot. You
It's
know?
3.5, but yeah, I know what you mean. How long is Lord of the Rings?
Okay, well, the first one's like 3, second one's like 3, third one's like 3.5.
Yeah, that's second one.
Oh, you want some?
Yeah, take some.
I'm good, man.
And then what about the Hobbit movies? Y'all watch those? too?
Man, bro.
The shorter?
Man.
You don't really like them?
Look, I love Lord of the Rings, one of the greatest movie series of all times. The Hobbit, bro, it's like watching a video game. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you watch Lord of the Rings,
wait, watching a video game, a lot of people do that now.
they do. Now, the Avengers is basically a video game. But let's not start that conversation. But look,
Get everybody mad.
Here's the thing. If you watch Lord of the Rings, you'll see that they took the time out to have, like, everybody as a real actor. Like, the army of orcs, they painted up everybody as an orc, and it was amazing, right? In The Hobbit, they just had everybody CGI. You know what I'm saying? It was whack.
And you could tell.
Yes. Obviously we're not children. You know what I'm saying? We've been around the graphics block, so to speak. We started at PS1, now we're at whatever we're at, you know what I'm saying?
About to be PS5, which is supposed to be all backwards compatible.
Yeah.
What? I know that.
Supposedly. That's
Yeah,
what
I've been
I saw on
reading
the
up on
internet.
Now you know. So anyhow, like, that's why it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Because it just looks like it wasn't worked on as hard as Lord of the Rings was. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably because the big studio didn't want to give them as much money. I don't know why they wouldn't want to, though. I wonder if it did good in the box office.
I feel like they did it because of the takeover of Hollywood. Because, like you said, you've noticed that in the past few years, everything is just a big video game now. There's hardly any. And the movies that do, like Quentin Tarantino, that movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The Irishman by Scorsese, these films.
Well, nobody wanted it to pick it up. That's why they do it by Netflix.
Yeah, and The Irishman might win a shitload of awards. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because this is a real movie. Real movie is real acting, real setting. That's what.
Like a video game with pow.
It's like if I watch a play.
Well, I mean, there is that. But
It's like if you watch a play, you want to see all the sets that they build and all the costumes that are made. You don't want to see a bunch of just green screen in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I can't respect films now. You know what I mean?
yeah, bro. I feel what you.
Smell what I'm cooking.
Smell what you're cooking, bro. I mean, and the way I look at it is like,
But I don't want to be a hater. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't go and hate. I just stay away from the movies now. You know what I'm saying?
I don't spend a lot of money on movies, but that probably most people don't.
Shouts out to the matinee special at every theater.
Some dollar movies.
That's cool too.
Yeah, it's usually
$1.50.
I don't know. I ain't been there in years.
Yeah, I haven't been to the theater in years. Man.
I don't like. I like being able to pause a movie. I gotta take a leak and.
I feel you take your little smoke break.
Yeah, for sure.
I go to those dining movies.
I got a text so I can pause the movie. Yeah, it'd be cool if every time you're in the theater someone calls you, you can pause the damn movie. Like, hold on.
I'm like, what the fuck? Who stopped the movie?
Hey, hold on. I'll pay.
I got the truck.
I paid extra for that, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
I paid $50 for this one. Man, it'd be too high, but it might be worth it.
Hell yeah.
You don't like mushrooms?
Mm-mm.
Throw them hoes over here, son. You want them?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he seems to hate mushrooms and tomatoes. Don't ever get his boy tomatoes.
Any kind of tomatoes?
It's like if you put a cucumber in front of a cat. No, that's what just get that away from me. You know what I'm saying?
We tried that and nothing happened.
Nah.
Not to this. This cat's weird though. He acts like a dog.
Yeah, your cat is something else. See, that's why. But we get a regular, average cat. Apparently, they get scared of cucumbers.
Yeah, I seen all the videos.
Mm-hmm.
They're trippy, bro. Very trippy.
Oh.
No, fuck that. You're gonna throw it at me.
Hey, this was all from right here.
Why are you talking with your mouth, sir?
This came from here.
Yeah, I did.
Damn, broke up a lot.
Shouts out to manners that Romo doesn't seem to have.
Fuck you.
Look at him. How rude that is.
Excuse me, sir.
Pardon, please.
Pardon me. I do not have a good fucking British accent.
Can I tell you something?
What?
You can go fuck yourself.
Look at him.
Damn.
Look at him. Man.
And hit the G spot.
You're a barbarian and I'm a Roman.
I'm from the steppes. What do you expect?
Barbarians.
Yep. I'm calling him Mongolian.
Damn, that pizza making me hungry.
Well, eat some, fool. You'll be alright. Just work out later.
I don't know. We'll see.
You said that your cheat day?
Alright, give me some.
You said,
Don't question it on what fuck you.
Sorry for the people out there that are listening at this moment. But we kind of taking time. I'm keeping professional. I already ate my slice. Romo too. He didn't even chew. He just swallowed.
Keep vacuuming that shit though.
That's just how I eat, bro. I don't play. That's how my kids eat too, man. It's crazy to see the relation between, your kids and you.
Especially the way they eat.
It's like it's like they only watch you every second of every day. No, do it because you're dumb.
Yeah. They start. I mean, yeah, like, man. Now that I'm 30, like, I do a lot of things, and I don't realize I'm doing my dad. Like, I'm my dad a lot. I'll say certain messages like, "Oh my god," or my mom be like, "Oh my god, you just like your dad." Like, it's crazy, bro.
Shouts out to genetics.
Genetics, DNA. Well, they say our DNA. I don't know. All that shit I had to learn in school, in elementary, in high school, and college. I don't remember none of that shit about kind of the RNS and all that shit.
I don't know dick about shit because
I think if I had to like relearn it, then I would relearn it. But that's not like my brain kind of like resets sometimes.
I just remember the basics. Like, don't fuck with acids. Period.
But acids are some of the best though.
Okay.
What kind of acids you talking about? LSD, LSA?
Any of them.
Yeah, I remember the drug classes they used to tell us. They used to try to scare the shit out of us with drugs, which is good. You know, you don't want kids doing drugs. You know, slice.
Thank you. I'm very good, sir. Thank you. That hit the spot.
Yeah.
That hit my G spot.
This one.
Mouthgasm. Do you mind rolling another one?
She calls
Okay.
it / G spot. What's up?
No, well, I was thinking like, well, that's sometimes when I share it, I put the topics and some of the topics we discuss.
Okay.
But I don't know if you can put like in the tags. You can add tags, right?
Okay.
I don't want all that hashtags and stuff.
Not hashtag, but on YouTube you can put tags, but maybe a couple like just I don't know.
What we be talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can do that.
Peace Pipe Sessions coming to you 420 all the time, 24/7, 365, unless it's a leap year. Is it a leap year? I have no idea.
I have no idea either, man. Happens every 4 years, right?
Something like that.
So what else have you been learning about Benjamin Franklin?
I was gonna ask you about Benjamin Franklin too. What's up?
I should have brought my notes with me. I've been writing notes. But let me tell you, bro, this dude was just a legit dude. Like, he was the dude, man. Like not only did this dude, like, he became the postmaster, which is basically the guy who's in charge of all the mail.
He created it, right? The USPS?
He didn't create it, but he helped finally get it right. You know what I'm saying? When he was there, everything was disorganized. You know what I'm saying? But by the time he was done with it, it was a legit profession, and it was making money, like, a lot. Then he became the printer. He started, I think he did that first. He also became the printer. He basically printed a lot of books. Back then, they were little pamphlets, the newspapers, the news, that's the stuff that he that he would do, and then he basically inherited. He became the print master, and he basically had his own shop. So he passed that on, but still made money off it. So and then he decides to go into electricity. You know what I'm saying? And when he does,
bro, he's got to be doing like acid or shrooms in this process, smoking weed or something. There's gonna be some creative.
Yeah, but this guy just seemed to be legit curious about life and how it worked. He legit wanted to figure out how even the things that didn't make sense, how they worked. Like for example, he invented an instrument. He invented an instrument called the harmonica. It's not harmonica, it's harmonica. Basically, it's spelled the same way without the H. And it was a bunch of crystals that were like welded together, and it made this really awesome sound. You know what I'm saying? Like and he also wrote a piece of music. Like this guy did everything.
Literally.
And I'm telling you,
he's like a Childish Gambino in the 70s.
That harmonica, there were pieces of music written for it by both Beethoven and Mozart. Mozart is considered by many to be the greatest composer of all time.
Was it true that he was a Hall of Fame swimmer too?
Who are we talking about?
Benjamin Franklin.
He was, sir. He was.
Like in his younger days?
This guy did everything. Yeah, he was. He would swim, like, when some of the boats would take their trips to across, like, to go, places back then you took a boat to go places long distance, there were no planes. He would swim sometimes. That's the boat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And sometimes he would just swim for a shitload of time. People were like, man, what's up with this guy? But he was just like that, And then once he started, check this out, bro. This guy was not born rich, was not born, into a family with education. But once he started messing with electricity, that shit went worldwide. Because the theories he wrote on electricity the scientists in Europe started doing it. First in Germany, then in France. And then people were like, whoa, this guy is a genius. And so they started inviting him over there, like, we want to speak with you. And he became, and then he went to Britain, England, you know what I'm saying? He basically, he was given degrees and PhDs and all the big colleges over there just for this one thing. And he came over here, same thing. He was given a degree by all the Ivy Leagues and all these schools. But that, you know what I'm saying? Just with this thing he became, they called him the Isaac Newton of electricity. You know what I'm saying? That's how hyped this dude became.
Damn.
And then he became a negotiator too for back then. Philadelphia was still Pennsylvania was still a semi-brand new state. Well, all the states were brand new back then. You only had the original 13 colonies. You know what I mean? And the city he thrived in and helped grow was Philadelphia. By the way, all the stuff that he did was pretty much in Philadelphia. And so basically in Pennsylvania and all these other colonies, they had to deal with the Indians that were around, the Native Americans that were around there. You know, that obviously had been there first. And you hear about ways that some of the people screwed really bad, like the founders of Pennsylvania, the Penn family. They screwed those Indians bad, bro. Like they had this one thing called I think they called the Walking Treaty. And basically the way this treaty was made is that the Native Americans told the Penn family, you can have as much land as you can walk in about a day, 2 days, right? Mm-hmm. And so what they did is they cleared out the land first, and they hired 2 professional hikers to go walk that land. Yeah, they walked they pretty much tripled what the Native Americans wanted to give them, and they call it the Walking Treaty, because that's one of the many ways they just kept screwing over the Native Americans, And Ben Franklin was not for this. Ben Franklin, you'll see in his writings and in what he did too, that he knew that this was, that they were not only a different kind of people. He respected their culture and how different they were, but he also respected the fact that they're getting screwed over by our people just because we have money and we have lawyers and he tried to stop that. He tried to be fair with the Native American tribes around there. And obviously, it didn't work because he was one of 100 dudes, and all the other dudes were trying to screw him over. He would basically help them out, but the next dude would screw him over. You know what I mean? Damn. Yeah, he was only one dude, but his heart was in the right place. Like this dude he joined the Freemasons, and with less than a year, he became the Grand Master of the lodge over there in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, this is back when the Freemasons still were a group of learned men. You know what I'm saying? Not just how people look at it today as a bunch of guys who are trying to get together and take over the world and whatnot. You know what I mean? I think back then it was still a real organization that was trying to help out wherever they were.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays, people say about the conspiracy about the 33rd degree or whatever. There's a lot of people who just use it as connections for construction jobs, and my grandpa's a Freemason. But he said himself that to become after a certain while, to become a certain degree, it's all about money. Just paying.
I feel you.
So yeah, I mean,
it's like a union.
I don't know much about unions, but they talk about them in an Irishman.
Oh yeah.
But he's the head of he's like president of a union.
And see, all that stuff I said about Ben Franklin isn't even really what he was about, because we remember him as a politician. You know what I'm saying? Check this out, bro. When Thomas Jefferson said that the 2 most respected politicians he worked with were George Washington and Ben Franklin, and he said this. He says, when they attended the political conferences, the gatherings and whatnot, they hardly ever spoke. They would just sit in the room and listen and observe. But when they did speak, the whole room would shut up and listen. You know what I'm saying? They had it like that. They had it like that, because the people knew. And check this out. Once Ben Franklin started getting into politics, and basically he got into politics not because he wanted to, because he really was trying to help out the city of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, and he sort of got lured into the den of vipers, the politics game.
Is that where he was born?
Where?
Pennsylvania? Philadelphia?
Nah. I think he was born in Boston up there. I think he was born somewhere in Massachusetts. I have to double check.
He was born in Milk Street, Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh yeah,
in
right.
1706.
There you go.
January 17th. So his birthday's coming up.
Yeah. And so anyhow, one of the things that happened is as soon as he became a guy in politics, everywhere he went, he would get elected to the court there, to the Senate. They would just elect him. And he will always say, he's like, I've never turned down a position, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I've never looked for one either. And that's how it was. Everywhere he went, he would go to England. They'd make him a member of there. Like he was. People looked at him like it looked like they looked like dad. Like I said, how in a way people look to George Washington as the leader. Everybody who knew Ben Franklin would look at him like, hey man, you're the guy to help us. And he like I said, I would never turn down. You know what I'm saying?
If it wasn't for him, the French wouldn't have aligned with us, right? Wasn't he a big part of that?
If it wasn't for them, here's the funny part. If it wasn't for him, we might not have had the revolution. Because if he had been at that time sitting on the board, shit would not have gotten out of hand. Those guys in the Senate would not have acted out the way they did, because I just told you how he had it. When he stepped in that room, everybody would listen, and he's not gonna let nothing stupid happen. You know what I'm saying? But he was in England at the time, and I'm barely about to get to how he became a part of what became our revolution. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! Coming soon.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, this guy was interesting, bro. Like he seemed like a legit good man, bro. Like he if you read his writings and what he believed in and how he thought about life, this guy was a guy that believed like it don't matter your religion, no matter where you come from, what you do, it's just about how you act. You know what I'm saying? He's like, it doesn't matter, if you didn't get educated, if you weren't born rich, if you weren't born to a good family, you know what I'm saying? If your behavior will prove that you're the kind of person you decide to become, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily your status in society or whatever title you get,
Right. Man, that sounds pretty dope, man. I never really thought about him like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He does have a book out that's called The Book of His Benjamin Franklin's Book of Virtues.
That's his writings?
Yeah.
That's his. Yeah.
He wrote a lot. And when you read, if you go to read how he wrote, it's going to get confusing at times. Because he seemed to know the English language, and he let you know, like, he would write very long, lengthy. You know what I'm saying?
That's very interesting. Cause when I would watch Turn, Washington Spies, like it kind of got into Thomas Jefferson. It slightly mentioned Benjamin Franklin, but I don't think they really showed him on that show.
I like that. I don't think they did.
He wasn't a big. Because it was Washington Spies, That shit was dope as fuck.
Do you think that's how it really went down?
With anything that's like historical drama, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. But the stuff, like I read the book that the show was based on, and that book is based on some information that I think it was Robert Townsend that he had, and they had it in the family for like a long time, and at one point they released it, but then it was like right before World War II or something, so it kind of went into the shadows and nobody really cared, and some dude was like looking for something to write about it or some shit, and he found that. And so a lot of it's based on fact, a lot of it's just drama, but it's pretty interesting. It's kind of like Hell on Wheels, which is about the construction of the railroad, which connected the East Coast to the West Coast right after the Civil War, which was like totally necessary just to reunify the country. Yeah. And they used there was freedmen, and there was
Robert
Asians.
Townsend's the guy from the Parenthood, right?
Nah, I'm talking about Robert Townsend, not an actor. He's not that guy.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm like that, because when you say he had these, I'm like, this dude had this information, I'm like, dang.
Let me make sure that's his right now. I think it's Robert Townsend.
His name is Townsend, but I don't know about the first name. You Google it?
Yeah, I'm about to Google it.
Hey guys.
What's up, bro?
Y'all down for some Mario Kart, man?
I'm down.
Alright.
Look, this Robert Townsend right here.
Oh.
Born November 25th, 1753.
It even says he was an American spy.
Yeah, because it's known now because of his writings that came out.
I see.
And then it came out with his book and shit.
It was a pretty dope show, fool.
Yeah.
Can't lie. But that was the one thing with George Washington that a lot of people underestimated was his intelligence. His intelligence gathering as well is what won him the war.
Yeah, that boy would have been a master chess guy, the way.
I think he was.
We gotta play chess at least once before you go.
Yeah, I want to play chess too.
Y'all want to do that to yourselves again?
Wait.
Yeah, bro, I don't mind getting whooped.
Shouts out to this episode.
Alright, so it was Pink Cookies, aka birthday cake. And I want to send much love to everybody by Highest Frequencies. Get them chakras in order. I'm trying my best to do the same. Appreciate y'all coming through to do this.
Oh yeah.
You want to say anything?
Hey, if you're listening, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank y'all. Peace out.
Peace.
Go for it. Ready.